Welcome back to Crypt Finder, everyone. I am diving in tonight into one of the all-time classic made-for-TV movies from 1975. It is Trilogy of Terror. This film was actually helmed by Dan Curtis and features the incomparable Karen Black, starring in three different, very distinct but very memorable segments here. This film is so well known. I'm going to approach this more as if there are some people out there who maybe have never seen it, never heard of it before. So this is going to be more of an overview without any spoilers. Trilogy of Terror offers three very separate tales, each showcasing Karen Black's versatility and the eerie imagination of Richard Matheson. The film begins with two intriguing but somewhat conventional stories before delivering a truly unforgettable final act. Okay, so let me just do sort of a quick story breakdown for you here. In the very first episode, it's entitled Julie. Karen Black plays the title character, who she's sort of a mousy English professor. She becomes the object of a dangerously obsessive student. And the story builds tension effectively. It's playing on the very sort of unsettling idea of unreciprocated affection turning sinister, turning into a stalking situation. While the plot leaves some questions unanswered, the sort of ambiguity really adds to this story's chilling atmosphere. Now, I do have to offer just a little bit of a warning here for people that this situation might be extremely triggering for some people. There is a drug facilitated sexual assault that involves in this one, and so if for any reason that's something that you need to avoid, just skip this segment and move right into story number 2. This one is called Millicent and Therese, and Black portrays twin sisters. Millicent is sort of the repressed school teacher. Therese is the wild, malevolent kind of sibling. The contrast between the two characters is very striking, and the story sort of explores themes of duality and hidden darkness. Although the narrative is very heavy on exposition by the end, it does provide a sort of darkly entertaining glimpse into familial territory and certainly psychological horror. That brings us to the third segment titled Amelia. Now, it's in this final segment that it just steals the show. Karen Black plays a young woman. She's named Amelia. She has a very overbearing mother. She's subletting an apartment. So this is the first time she's been out on her own. She has begun dating a man, and she buys him a Zuni fetish doll as a birthday gift. And when the doll's protective chain breaks, the malevolent spirit of a Zuni warrior awakens and turns the doll into this relentless, deadly menace. The suspense builds as the doll, armed with a spear and later a knife, begins hunting Amelia through her apartment. So what makes this movie stand out as such an iconic film? Well, we've got to start with Karen Black because, wow, what an amazing performance that she delivers actually in all three segments. Her ability to sort of shift from the timid professor to the twins to the terrified victim hunted down by this possessed doll, it really demonstrates her incredible range as an actor here. But it's in that final role as Amelia that remains particularly memorable. She brings such an intense realism to the fear and the desperation of this character. I also have to mention the doll itself, the Zuni fetish doll in Amelia. It's a standout creation. It's just fantastic. The doll's menacing design, combined with the eerie small-scale perspective, creates this sense of claustrophobic dread. The sequence of this doll pursuing Amelia throughout this apartment is just masterfully done. The camera angles, the sound effects all heighten the suspense up quite a bit. So this is a copy of the doll. This actually came out from Majestic Studios in 2004, 20 years ago. And I absolutely love it. I actually keep it on my bookshelf. I just try to make sure that the chain doesn't fall off. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. And I have to talk about Richard Matheson. I've talked about him before, but his fingerprints are all over this. He was just a master storyteller who wrote a lot of classic Twilight Zone episodes and also the novel I Am Legend. Actually, here, William F. Nolan adapted all three of these short stories from Matheson for the screen, but Matheson's knack for suspense and horror, it's just evident throughout each of these stories. I also have to give kudos here for this script because at one point in the third segment, Amelia is able to barricade herself into the bathroom where she just in this sort of terrified, frustrated way says, "This can't be happening." That thought, it seems to be plucked right out of the minds of the audience as well. This is an incredible situation, and for someone to actually stop and address the fact that no, this cannot, should not be happening, it just adds even more to the realism. The film is renowned for its ability to really generate fear from very mundane settings. The low angle shots from the doll's perspective create a very unique, very unsettling visual experience. Scenes like Amelia searching under the sofa or the doll using a knife to cut away through the top of a suitcase is just very effective. And I should touch on the casting as well. Besides Karen Black, we also have George Gaines showing up here. He was very well known for the Police Academy series. He was also in Tootsie. We have John Carlin, who played Willie Loomis in Dark Shadows, and also the big screen counterpart, House of Dark Shadows, is the same character. We have James Storm here. He was also on Dark Shadows and had also played a brooding baddie in Curtis's big screen film Night of Dark Shadows from 1971. We have Robert Burton. He plays Chad in the first segment, and Burton and Black were actually married at the time. Gregory Harrison shows up in a very brief cameo long before he went on to stardom in the TV series version of Logan's Run and Trapper John M.D., and also the made-for-TV movie For Ladies Only in 1981, where he played a young out-of-work actor who becomes a stripper. Dan Curtis would go on and revisit this sort of anthology format in 1977 with Dead of Night. It's a very interesting film. The first two segments are a little bit like this particular film, a little bit weaker. The third one, though, which is entitled Bobby, actually is as good as even the best moments of Trilogy of Terror. It's just that this film is not as well known. Because in the end, Trilogy of Terror remains a standout example of horror anthology success. That final segment is often cited as just a classic of TV horror. It scared the bejesus out of an entire generation of children who happened to be tuning in. Trilogy of Terror, of course, left a lasting impression on horror fans. It's become a staple of TV horror anthologies. Its influence is evident in the many subsequent attempts to capture a similar mix of suspense and supernatural terror. So, if you have not seen Trilogy of Terror, oh, it's a must watch. And frankly, it should be on everybody's rewatch list as well. The combination of Karen Black's incredible performance, you've got very suspenseful stories, the direction, the writing, all of it really, really combines for a very chilling film. So, please go give it a watch and please comment down below. I'm sure there are tons of people out there who have seen this film. I watched it in 1975 and absolutely loved it. So, as always, everyone, stay curious and stay scared.